Good day, esteemed viewers, and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. I'm your host, Limba Mupetami. Let's start the show with a hit list. The chairperson of the FIFA Normalization Committee, Bessie Wirab, says they have taken the Namibia Football Association as far as they could, and now the incoming Executive Council must carry on the work. Wirab said they had laid the groundwork for the leadership due to be elected on the 17th of November. The Namibian senior men's team beat Hong Kong 22-0 in today's match in the Sultan Nazrin Shah Men's tournament. In their second match of the day against South Africa, they lost 5-3. However, they will play their last pool match at 10:30 tomorrow against Australia. That ends the hit list. Let's cross over to the Game Changers segment right after the break.
Your life could change at any second, but you'll never know until you take the chance. With sports betting, number games, and online casino gambling, JSB is your best bet. Will you be Namibia's next instant millionaire? Place your bets easily online at jsbsports.bet or at any JSB location nationwide. We'll take you to the action anywhere, anytime. JSB, where the next instant millionaires come to play. Strictly no under 18s. JSB supports responsible gambling. Winners know when to stop.
On this week's episode of Athletes World, we have a recap interview with Denzo Bruwer, who now plays his rugby in Poland. Check out this interview.
Sigaret.
Well, as you can see there, I just did that, joined by Denzo Bruwer here. He's going to teach us a few tricks on how to kick the ball and how to be an awesome rugby player. So please do stay tuned. Okay, well, I think we all saw what I did. Ik geloof je toch gezien, niet?
Ja.
Die score.
Ja,
Ja, nee, ik is nog daar. En die top
Ja, je is
10. Top 15 misschien.
Kijk, top 5.
Top
Kijk,
5?
vorm was goed. Vorm was er.
Okay, so now, Denzo, you're going to run us through it.
Yeah.
What are we doing now with this ball, training-wise? One of the important things to do in training when it comes to rugby?
Okay, so basically this is just a fairly basic passing drill.
Okay.
So this is just to warm up the hands. So I will just be here on my toes, not focusing on doing it fast or whatnot, just focusing on the technique, getting through the ball and passing to the opponent. Just making, just passing to your teammate.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, don't pass it to your opponent. Get out of the bar.
Passing to your teammate.
Okay.
So just on one place, passing through, following through.
Okay.
Just then go forward, just do the same. You just catch. You
Okay.
just assist me,
Cool.
basically.
Let's do that.
Okay,
Free flow.
so here we go.
Wait, before we continue with this, when did you get into rugby?
So I started, actually, I only played rugby when I came to Windhoek, grade 8. That was, I think, 2013.
Yeah.
Only started playing rugby then because Windhoek Gymnasium, by that time, they didn't have soccer. And I was very much into soccer.
Seriously?
So,
you were a soccer guy before you got
yeah. I started grade 8, and from there on, it's been a roller coaster, ups and downs.
Okay, and how did it come to the point that you started playing fullback?
Okay, so usually in school, I was the number 10 my whole life. Further along my career, I wanted pressure to be I had a lot of pressure on 10. I handled it quite okay at times, but I wanted more freedom, which you can, at the
Have a
back.
fullback.
Once you get the ball, you have a lot of time to make a lot of decisions. And I'm a player, I like making decisions.
You like thinking in the game. Yeah,
I
I've
like
seen you play.
thinking in the game. So yeah, definitely fullback, nice place to roam, do what you want to do. Yeah, gives you space to do a lot of stuff, which is actually nice.
Memorable thing I saw you do now recently with the Trasco Derby, with the Derby, like last minutes of the game, were you confident you're going to make that kick? If I ask you now, like all things aside, were you confident with that kick?
Okay, so when we got the penalty, I think it was there in the corner. The first thing came to mind, this is your moment, this is the clutch moment. It's here, people won't remember what you did throughout the game, this is the moment that matters. So obviously, I had to shut down the crowd from outside because United and Wanderers, everyone is loud. So yeah, definitely no negative thoughts once I walked up to that ball. I've been training a lot of those distance kicks and stuff like that. So I was quite confident, but obviously in the moment anything could have happened. Yeah, and luckily I got it over.
Yeah, that was an awesome kick. If you didn't see that kick, then you definitely missed out. But this is not just me saying now from a brass perspective. I've seen you kick before. I would say your kicking is good. But in my top kickers, I'll put you, I think, second.
Second.
I think I'll put you second.
Okay, yeah, that's fairly, that's okay. It depends from person to person, obviously. But second in the league, I think that I would sleep in the night with that. I think top two would be fine for me. Definitely one day, hopefully.
Yeah.
I want my name to be mentioned next to number one.
One of the best kickers,
working towards that, definitely.
Okay, Denzo, remember last year, Grootfontein, last dying minutes of the game, Mutenya gets a nice ball. We all think he's through. I guess on Grootfontein, by the way. We all think he's through. Last man is ek denk nou, is kleintjies. Te deed die man. Onthou jy dit ry?
Ja, kan
Of die tackle.
Kan onthou.
Ek gaan jou nou wees nie. Jy sal nie dieselfde ding met my doen wat jy met Mutenya gedoen het nie.
Let's see.
Okay. Nah,
Try
ready?
your luck. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you have it, Denzel.
Thanks, man.
Sometimes invert myself. Tackle was solid, but I can guarantee you one more try than Stambik.
Yeah, let's see.
One more
Definitely
try.
up for it.
Okay, let's talk about it. Plans for the year, objectives. What's going through your mind right now?
Okay, obviously we're busy with the season now. Obviously all the teams are looking forward to lifting that trophy at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Us going, hopefully defending it. Will be a tough season. All of the teams really good. So yeah, please make sure to join in. Come to Wanderers Stadium. Come and have a look at us. Yeah, we play good rugby, so yeah, you will enjoy it. And if you want to see me personally, number 15, Denzo Bruwer, and I also work at Kia. So if you want to buy a car, hit me up.
As you heard it from the man himself, he is your guy if you want to buy a car. Second best kicker, if not the best kicker that we have in Namibia. Athletes World bringing it all to you live.
Ta-da!
Welcome to the Sharpshooter segment. 3 female members of the Windhoek City Runners Club achieved something special last weekend during a trip to South Africa when they each completed the Kaapsehoop Marathon in Mpumalanga on Saturday morning and then drove a few hundred kilometers to be at the starting line for the Soweto Marathon, where they each managed to complete the 21-kilometer race. Well, have a look at this interview.
Right, so we are here with 3 lady runners, members of Windhoek City Runners Club. You guys had a busy weekend. I see all of you a bit stiff in walking. So you had a busy weekend. So it's Beata Shaanika, Majory, Mukasa, and then Maggie and Nghiiki. So just tell us a little bit maybe about what you guys did last weekend that is quite outstanding.
Last weekend we ran a Kaapsehoop Marathon, 42.2 kilometers on Saturday. Then from then we continued to go run a Soweto Half Marathon, which is 21.1 kilometers.
So it's 63 kilometers for the weekend for all of you.
63.3 kilometers.
Back to back.
All right, so you guys also, all of you are very serious runners. So all of you also competed in the Comrades, you said earlier this year.
Yeah.
So how did this weekend go for you? Did everything go according to plan?
All right. We are social runners. We took part, or basically we are part of the Windhoek City Runners Club. That is the main thing, because as being part of this club, it assists us with the training. So that is where then this weekend, for example, we could be able to do that, to go run in Nelspruit, the 42.2, and then drive for 400 kilometers to Johannesburg, and then go run the half marathon. So it's basically now due to the training, although it wasn't as anticipated, especially with the Nelspruit, the Kaapsehoop Marathon. But yeah, with the help of the training that we get from the Windhoek City Runners Club, that is the outcome whereby we are able to do that back to back.
Okay, so the route, was it very hilly, or how did you find the route?
The route was very hilly, but it was also a bit steep down one. So it's like you are using all your muscles, your hamstring and your squats. So it was quite a tough route, because even the locals in SA complained about the route. But it was a good experience. I think it's a good experience for us that are running again next year, comrades.
The altitude, I think, between Windhoek and Joburg, I think, is similar. So did you feel the altitude, or was it not much of a factor?
I think with the Soweto Marathon in Johannesburg, I would say it's quite fine. The altitude is similar to that of Windhoek. The only challenge is that it was done after we had done a full marathon. So it was on tired legs. So yeah, that is where the challenge comes in, because with Nelspruit, like Maggie indicated, you are basically going down and you are using all your muscles. So we were so tired. You could see how we were walking. So imagine now after doing that for 42.2, then you come the next day and now you are trying to climb hills and whatnot. It was something else, but it's worth it. If we could do it today again, we could do it.
Is this a sort of challenge that you would recommend for runners, or do you think it's something special to take on?
I highly recommend it. Everyone should set up their own challenges. There are those who set up challenges to run like the Comrades Marathon, which is plus minus 90 kilometers. There are those who run 7 marathons in 7 days in 7 continents. There are various challenges out there, and for a runner, you always want something new. Like now we have done this, we don't know what we'll do next year, but there will be something apart from the Comrades.
And there are also people that ran 42 at Nelspruit and still went to run 42 at Comrades. So
It's Soweto.
It's Soweto.
All right. So how do you guys feel about your times that you achieved in these races? Do you see improvement in your let's say in your season, or in your whatever you're working towards?
I think time on a run is really, you can't compare it unless it's the same marathon, same route, because every run is different. So this one was a totally different route that we never ran before, and it makes it difficult to compare that now I ran this, can I compare this time to this marathon or to the other? So every run is different, but it was not much of a disappointment, although we expected better.
Do you have any next challenges in mind, or booked, scheduled races that you are due to compete in?
For this year, Maggie is going to be taking part in one in the next 2 weeks, where she'll be doing 10 kilometers for 10 days every day. So that's the next challenge that she will be doing. Beata and I will not take part in that one. However, we have started with the training for the Comrades Marathon for next year, 2024. It was launched today. It's going to be on the 9th of June. So with the training as well, there's a lot of challenges that we'll take up because it takes a lot. It's not just the running, it's also the strength, it's also the type of food. It's you have to see a physiotherapist, it takes a lot. So we are starting with that already now. Our next one is basically the Comrades in June next year.
I've been noticing your club on social media and so on. It seems to be quite active. Tell us maybe a little bit about your running club, how it's going there.
All right. With the Windhoek City Runners Club, we are basically geared towards everybody. That is now for the residents of Windhoek, but it's also for people outside Windhoek as well. It's a club where we normally host runs, social runs. That is, we have two sessions during the week, whereby we have the
Wednesday is the run, and then the Thursday is
the hills training. So we have those intervals whereby we do then the run on the Wednesday, and then the Thursday we do the hill training. We are also in collaboration with NMC, where we host every second month a run around Windhoek. We introduced starting last year where we do runs in selected towns in Namibia as well. So we are basically geared towards inspiring people to live a healthy life. So as a club, it doesn't matter whether you have ran before or not, we cater for everybody. We also, if people are training, say now for a marathon, like people who are training for the Cape Town Marathon as an example, we have a coach that is just dedicated to deal with such people and just to assist and, work together as a group. So as a club, that's what we are looking out for. We are looking out for the people. We want to change the lifestyle. People's lifestyles, running must become a lifestyle. It goes a long way. And it's also not just for a certain age group or a certain gender. It's for everybody. It's from, we get families at times, from the youngest to the oldest. You get the grandchild, you get the parents, you get the grandparents. So it's such a good environment to be in if you are looking out for your health, that is.
All right, so anyway, congratulations on what you guys achieved, and so we wish you all the best in your future, in your running career.
All right, thank you.
The senior national team coach, Colin Benjamin, believes players who are called up for the national team must demonstrate honor, humility, and respect for the call-up. Benjamin made this comment in response to an incident where a player arrived 2 days late to camp. Benjamin said he had to turn the player away because he did not show interest or respect the importance of arriving on time. Namibia will face Equatorial Guinea and Sao Tome on the 15th and 21st of this month in the World Cup qualifiers. On the other side, The team is also getting ready for the Africa Cup of Nations in January. Speaking about the Africa Cup of Nations, there are 5 days left for you to enter the competition to win a trip to Ivory Coast. So have a look at our social media, well, just to get more information on how you can enter this competition. Now we've come to the end of Sharpshooter. We now head over to the Globetrotter segment of the show with none other than Ari Hougaard.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news and starting off with cricket news. First, Cricket World Cup continues in India. Exciting games, it's a few last games in the round robin and it was an important game for Australia playing against Afghanistan, and it was Australia that won in the end. They won by 3 wickets, very exciting game, and thanks to Glenn Maxwell that scored 201 runs for Australia. They needed to score 292 runs to win the game and were 91 for 7, and Glenn Maxwell then scored 201 of just 128 deliveries. That means that Australia now qualify for the semi-finals, and it's also confirmed that they will play against South Africa. South Africa already qualified, and South Africa still need to play against Afghanistan in their last game, but even if they lose, they will end number 2 or number 3, the same with Australia. So that game will be played on Thursday the 16th of November, South Africa playing Australia in the first semi-final. The other semi-final will be India that already qualified, and there's 3 teams that can still qualify to play against India in the semi-finals, and those 3 teams will be Pakistan, New Zealand or Afghanistan. Games to come is on Thursday, New Zealand play against Sri Lanka, and then on Sunday it is Pakistan that play against England. Those are the 2 important games, and also for Afghanistan they've got an important game against South Africa playing on Friday. And continuing international sports news with soccer news, it is Champions League results. It is Manchester City still dominating in Europe. They beat Young Boys by 3-0. It was Erling Haaland that scored 2 goals in that 3-0 victory. That was in Group G, and Manchester City now have confirmed that they put their place in the last 16. Also in Group G, it is RB Leipzig that's also through to the last 16. They beat Red Star Belgrade by 2-1. Other results, Barcelona, they lost 1-0 to Shakhtar. Shakhtar is a team from Ukraine. They played that game in Hamburg, and it is Barcelona that couldn't go through to the last 16 yet, but they're still in a good position in Group H. Other results is Dortmund that beat Newcastle by 2-0 at home, and then Atletico Madrid, a big win against Celtic by 6-0, and AC Milan too strong for PSG, that is Paris Saint-Germain, and the score there was 2-1. In closing off today's international sports news with rugby news, that is related to Eddie Jones, the former Australian coach. He indicated now that he will be available to coach Japan, and Eddie Jones is married to a Japanese citizen, and he lives in Yokohama, and he coached Japan from 2012 to 2015. He was their national coach, and he said that if he's going to get an offer from Japan, he will definitely consider that, and he would love to coach Japan. There's also a coach from South Africa that's in the running for the Japanese coaching position, and that is Frans Ludeker. Frans Ludeker, former Blue Bulls coach. He's now coach of Kobato Spears in Japan, and he did well with Kobato Spears, and they won the Japanese title. So Frans Ludeker and Eddie Jones, the front runners for the Japanese coaching job. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
We've come to the end of today's show. Please do catch us again tomorrow, same place, same time.